about planets and astrology and magic and some of the old resources. And this is from the fourth book of Agrippa's Occult Philosophy, that is a debate of whether he wrote it or not, but regardless, all the four books are great. If we would call any evil spirit to the circle, it first behoved us to consider and to know his nature, to which of the planets it agreed, so and what offices are distributed to him from the planet. And that is so true. We always must know what we are connecting to. And then there's also a thing that nowadays is everything, especially in the modern things, that full moon is so good. Full moon is the stop of everything. It's the end of all the magic working for you. Then it goes. So I don't actually do anything with the full moon. It's just emotional and emotional growth. If magic is to be done, it's done on the waxing moon if you want to increase something, and if you want to make something disappear or something, you do it on the waning moon. So that's the old Grimoire magic, it isn't so. And the advice was also nothing should be attempted when the moon is in conjunction with the sun, as this causes all projects to fail. And then, since I love the planetary things and the Olympic spirits as well, this is what is written about in one book. Each Olympic spirit has his own magical symbol, which is his mark or signature, and is equivalent to his real name. But the arbiter says that knowing a spirit's symbol does not automatically give power over it, which is contradiction of the usual magical doctrine. The spirit can only be summoned by praying to God to send him. Profound meditation and sincere love of God are necessary before such a request will be granted. And that is quite true, with many just thinking that it's so easy to connect to the Olympic spirits right away. After all, they are just like the archangels, and if you watch other videos, you know which archangels they represent. And other authorities says that planetary spirits can be summoned, or planetary influences attracted by the use of images, which are the real or mental pictures intended to express the planet's nature. And one very good book writer was 1489 Marsilio Ficino, a Florentine philosopher and doctor, and who published the medical textbook Libri de Vita, where he used images to attract in favorable influences from the planets. And then there's the thing, if the Botticelli's Primavera was used as calling on Venus, that painting. And Ficino, since that time he lived, he didn't talk so much about his images, since he was afraid of being accused. But 100 years later, Giordano Bruno used the same idea with a lot of enthusiasm. He supplied various images and so on. And he used especially the sun. These pictures are symbols of the sun's nature in the same way that we can use tarot cards and use them as symbols for the universal forces or paths to the ultimate truth. By meditating on them according to Bruno, the planet's influence can be brought down into the human personality. You can master the planetary forces, in fact, by concentrating on their characteristical symbols. And Bruno was condemned as a heretic and burned by the inquisitors in Rome in 1600s. And some things of Ficino's planetary images seems to be taken from Picatrix. But there is so much knowledge in the old books, and they are all free online if you just search for them in old esoterical books and so on, the manuscripts, so you can see. You can see the drawings and so on, and then draw your own. And I use the tarot cards. That's why I rarely can show any tarot cards, since I've connected them each to a zodiacal and planetary force, so they are connected directly. And I consecrated them that way. So I can't do readings with them anymore, since I placed them as a strategical tool on the altar, and they work. They work the magic as they're on the map and so on, so I can't move them. And I do the Nokia magic and change every week, so they are working hard. And then there's the saying, similar in magic, to know the nature of the spirit is to master and control it, and that is so true. And then I was asked the questions about drawing, since many draw energy from the earth nowadays, and I just draw down energy from the celestial realms, and I don't mix and match them and so on. And I think this is different to different people. It's like giving or taking. I like to bring down energy from the skies and give it to the earth, the plants, the trees, the fields, the animals. I don't like to take anything from the earth, since we are all eating, we are drinking, we are taking everything. We are living off the earth, so I want to give something back. That's my take. There's nothing spiritual, it's just how I am. And then there's the thing that I strongly believe that you can connect, if you are good enough and sensitive enough, to the moons of the planets and all the different asteroids and stars. When I was little, I could pick out a star in the sky and connect to it somehow. Now when I live in a town, I can't see the stars, so it is a little bit more difficult to do that when there is so much light everywhere throughout, so you can hardly see any stars. But I just chose a star and could feel it and so on as a child. And then I also experimented a lot from catching a snowflake or rain, sunshine and moonlight, and even rainbows. I try to find a rainbow every now and then, and you know how it is to change a rainbow. But the energy shifts. I'm trying to just to feel the energy from east those. So since these comes from the skies, that's why I use them as well. And something that is good to learn to read, you don't have to be a reader or something like that, but it's just to observe the clouds and weather and how the birds fly and how the animals and plants react and with what symptoms. Since if there are toxic things in the air, many plants will close their leaves, even during midday, so they close their leaves. And all these small signs that are there to help you. And if birds fly or animals start to move at a time when they usually are asleep, something is happening. Pay attention to that. And it's also good to have everybody should have duct tape and be prepared to use it and have it ready at hands if there is this nuclear coming out. Since you put the duct tape through all the windows, you're sealing off the window, no air is allowed to come in, and pull down the curtains and so on. You are not supposed to look at it. And if you were outside, just take off all your clothes, put your clothes in a bag, then you wash yourself and you duct tape that bag since it's contaminated, and then you stay indoors for 3 days. I worked and I drove nuclear, so I've been in the plants in the 80s. So this is the thing that you do, and you wait for 3 days and the radiation goes down. And it's good to have multiple locations where you can meet up with friends and family members, since everything goes down. And if there is something going on, so if there isn't, you can't meet up at one place, something might be destroyed there, then you know at least that you can look for them at another place, that you have some various things where you can meet up with friends and family members. And remember that one enemy brings unity. So this isn't a question about religion or morality. When something is threatening you, people can unite and unite together to fight whatever the threat is. And that is about everything. And then when you create magic, it shouldn't be only about some occult lodges rules. You connect for a cause that everybody want. Let's say it's peace, let's say it's harmony, let's say it's to create abundance in the fields, clear out the earth of toxins. Whatever magic you do, don't bother about stupid religion or what everybody says. You have something you want to do to protect your families, your children. Just get on with it and work together. Hold each other's hands and get on and do it. And the planets and God and the angels will help you. It's not a question about being right. It's a question about doing things and doing together and treating each other as humans, not as beasts or lesser than. And the planets will follow and the angels will multiply the efforts from the planets, since they can go above the planetary system. And so can God. So remember that and be inspired. And it is so magical to work with magic, since it can bring hope and it can bring structure, it can build open doors, and it can create innovation, transformation, and all those things. Since you can download information from the heavens, so it's a powerful tool. But with all power comes responsibility, and use that wisdom with grace and love. And treat people as equal, and you will be blessed, I know you will. So have a magical, magical day, and bye for now. And don't be afraid. Fear opens to the dark sides. So, bye for now.